Our next speaker, Mark Hunter. Face to face, eye to eye, heart to heart. Face to face, eye to eye, heart to heart. Mark Hunter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mark Hunter Show. On my show this morning, I have Paul. Paul is going to share his life with us all. He's 40-ish and single. He's been married 3 times before, to his iPod, plasma, and his car. In fact, Paul believes he's just another male who cannot commit. Welcome, Paul. Madam Contest Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, there are any number of reality television shows on which we can all share our lives. Supportive shows like Oprah and Dr. Phil, and if you're brave enough, Jerry Springer. But if you want to share your life and make a difference, stick to real reality. 2 writers living 100 years apart separately give us the reason to do this and the what to do. Stephen Covey says the essence of human fulfillment is to leave a legacy. And the poet Lord Tennyson tells us what legacy to leave. Ourselves in the hearts of others so that we can become a part of all whom we meet. Wow! What an amazing legacy to leave. Our life woven into the life of another. You can't do that on a 60-minute reality television show with ads. No, it has to be done face to face, eye to eye, heart to heart. I first learnt the value of doing this about 6 or 7 years ago in, of all places, a dentist's waiting room. Now, when you go into such a room, you look for a seat. I look for a parking spot. Once parked, I noticed across the room a mother and her son. As I watched, the mother's eyes lifted from what she was reading, and I sensed a degree of discomfort as they landed on my set of wheels. She looked at everyone else in the room, checked on her son, and finally sought sanctuary in the well-fingered pages of a magazine. Her eyes never met mine. And my heart wanted to say, see me the person, not this the thing. I still encounter adults who are unable to look me in the eye, and when this happens, it frustrates me. But with children, it's different, isn't it? They just see it and speak it as it is. As did the boy in that room. He smiled at me, so I smiled back. Then secretly, I winked at him. And with the same sense of mischief and concealment, he winked back. Then I did what any mature 55-year-old would do. And he did just as you did. He laughed. His mother lifted her head from what she was reading and looked in the direction of her son's gaze. Once again, her eyes could not make it past my set of wheels, and my heart cried out, see me the person, not this the thing. But her eyes never met mine. So I turned to the boy, who smiled at me again. Only this time on his face I could see what appeared to be the birth of a most important question. Lacking all the inhibitions of an adult, he shattered the silence of the waiting room with, hey, mister, do you sleep in that thing? His mother's hand slipped quickly from the magazine she was reading, and whack, she slapped her son's bare leg. Her embarrassed eyes darted towards me, and I took them and held them. And for a moment we were face to face, eye to eye. I transferred from my chair to the now vacant seat beside me, and I said to the boy, "Do you want to try this?" He looked to his mother, who nodded nervously. Well, that boy raced across the room, settled himself into my chair, and pretended to snore loudly. His mother gave me her tear-filled eyes, and a look I will never forget. One which said, without as much as a syllable being uttered, "My mind is at ease now. I can see what my son sees. I can see you." In that room, she met me, took the piece of me that I offered, and made it part of herself, and we were heart to heart. And as for the boy, well, he now knows how difficult it is to sleep in a wheelchair. Ladies and gentlemen, any time is a great time to share ourselves face to face, eye to eye, heart to heart. When we do this, our life is woven into the life of another, and we leave the legacy that Tennyson and Covey urged us to leave. I lived the value of doing this in that waiting room, and I invite you to experience the same fulfillment when you next leave your legacy face to face, eye to eye, heart to heart. Edward Chapman.